So today I'm going to demonstrate how we can connect our GNS3 router to the internet. Okay, so let's start. Here I have my GNS3 application opened, and I also have a VMware machine Windows Server 2008 installed. But now I'm getting a DHCP IP address through my wireless. But we're gonna work on that. Okay, good. So the first thing is to do is we need to go to start, right click on computer, and from here we select manage. Okay, it's gonna take a bit while because my machine is a bit slow. Okay, just hold on a second. Okay, from here we're just gonna click on device manager. Yes, and from device manager we go on the top, we right click on our computer name and select the add legacy hardware. So I'm click on it and then click on next. Here you have like two options, search for and install the hardware automatically, install the hardware that I manually select from a list. So I take the second one, install the hardware that I manually select from a list, click on next. From here you see show all devices. I'm gonna scroll down and go to network adapter, and I will click on next, and here it's gonna retrieve the devices that we have on the machine. Okay, good. So from here we have like Microsoft manufacturer. We click on Microsoft. Here we're gonna scroll down and look for the Microsoft loopback adapter, and we select it and then click on next. And after this we just need to click next again, but I already did this, so I don't need to repeat it to create another interfaces. So I'm just gonna click on cancel and close this. And then the next thing that I'm gonna do is to go to my network settings center, and from here I'm gonna go to change adapter settings, and here is my loopback adapter. After you install it, you can rename it to whatever you want, and in my case I just name it loopback adapter. Okay, so if I right click on it, go to properties, you see we don't have we have here IPv4 properties. We don't have any IP addresses, but what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna click on cancel, and I'm going to my network interface. So I'm connected to prove my Wi-Fi. If you connect it to the cable, it's also the same thing that you will do as what I'm gonna do with the Wi-Fi. So I right click on my Wi-Fi and go to properties, and here I have two tabs, networking and sharing. I'm gonna click on sharing, and from here I check allow other network to use the to connect through this computer internet, and from here I will just look for my loopback adapter. I select it and click on OK. So you see there is something changed here because I have a share. If you go back to the loopback adapter, normally we should get an IP address there. So I'm going to right click on it again and go to properties, go to my IPv4. Yes, you see guys, now we have an IP here, but we need to keep keep in mind this IP address because that's something that we will need later on. So I'm just gonna click cancel and close this. Okay, so I'm going to open my GNS3. So I'm gonna take a router. So let me see. I'm gonna take a router. Yeah, good. Okay, and from here, computers, I'm going to take a cloud, and then take a host. Okay, so I'm going to rename this, and I'm gonna call it the DC DARS SRV server. So note that this part is our internal network, and it is our external network. This is the internet. I'm gonna change this and call it to internet cloud. Just gonna call it cloud. It's better. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna right click on the cloud, click configure, and from here I will need to check my loopback adapter. Let me look for it. Where is it? Yes, my loopback adapter is there. So I click on it and click on add and click on OK, and then I'm going to my server and right click on it, click on configure, and I'm gonna delete all this shit, and from here I'm gonna take my VM network adapter VMnet1 and I click on add and on add again. So the next thing that I need to do is to connect them to the cable. So F01, yeah, take this, good. So I'm gonna say view so interface label. I'm gonna delete this and delete this too because we don't need to see it. Yeah, good. And then I'm gonna fire up our router. Okay, we fire up the router, and now we double click on the router. This is not so. Assertion failed. Yeah, let me check this. Okay, so now we're gonna configure the router. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is go to configure conft and say like interface f0/0 IP address 10.0. I'm gonna use this for our internal site 255.0.0.0 and say no shot. Okay, the interface is up, so I'm going to the other interface and say int f0/1 IP address. Here I need to specify the IP address that we get from here. So let me go back there. So let me go back there and to clarify a little bit. So here, if you remember, we got this IP address, so we need to take one IP of this as of this range. So in my case, I'm not gonna use this, but I'm gonna use the 254. So I'm gonna say here IP address 192.167.254 option 254 subnet mask 0, say no shot, and it's gonna bring the interface up, and I will say here exit. Good. The next thing that I need to do, I need to set up an IP route. Say IP route 0000000, and say everything that you don't know, send it to the 192.168.137.1, and then say exit. Good. So good. So now we're gonna try to ping to Google. Say ping to 8.1. Ping to 8.1.8. Good. So we getting a response successful. Okay, that's good. So we got. Okay, so let's go for a while to our server. So from here, right click network setting center and go to local area and connection properties, and here I'm gonna specify 10.0.0.2 for example. So you tell it run and 1, and here I'm just gonna say like 8.8.8.8. So this is the Google public DNS. So good. And then here I took on my GNS3, I took the VM1. So you can see the VMnet1. So I'm going here to VM settings and network adapter and set custom specific and select VMnet1 and then click on OK. If I open command prompt, ping to 10.0.0.1, we're getting response from the router. So that's good news. Let's try to ping to Google, but it's not gonna work. Okay, you see, we trying to ping to Google, we're getting request timeout. I'm gonna just say here like ping -t, so we will come back here. So it's gonna keep pinging. So we can not ping to Google, and also we won't be able to access the internet from the server. The server. So I try to go to Google. I'm not gonna get there. So that is something that we need to do to be able to go to the internet and from the server. We need to set NAT on the router. So let's go back to our GNS3. So from our GNS3, we do conf t. We're gonna set up NAT. Let me say like interface f0/0 IP NAT inside, say interface f0/1 IP NAT outside. Good. And we say exit. Then we say like IP NAT inside source static, like 10.0.0.2. It's the IP address of the server, and we're gonna specify here like 192.168.137.154. Say yeah. Okay, let's go back to the server. We will see some changes. Yes guys, you see now I'm camping to Google because I was getting request timeout, but from here not anymore. Let's try to go to Google. We can refresh the web page. It's taking a while, but we are there. So very good. You see guys, now we can access to Google from our server. So this is the thing that you need to do and to connect to your router to the internet. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hit me some likes, and thanks for watching. Thank you.